Hey folks, I'm doing a couple of extra videos for those of you that couldn't make it to the live thing today because with it being a Tabata, it's really like 24 minutes of Tabata music, which is what we chose to use. We didn't even use the clock. And since we did the intros to each movement in between the movements, I don't want you to have to sit there and wait 8 minutes per time just to figure out what it is we're doing today when you can kind of handle that solo. So it's 4 Tabatas today. My terrible handwriting, these 4 movements. So we're doing deadlifts, followed by burpees. Those burpees are going to be extra high jump, air squats, and V-tucks. So what we do on the deadlifts is yesterday we talked about making sure that you've got some stuff at your disposal. We talked about having a bag, something nice and heavy that you can use, put a little bit of weight in it so that it's got some movement to it. And then I'm going to do this a third time for Jen. You can really use anything. I'm in my kid's playroom, so Elsa, I'm getting so much dirt. Elsa in the bag. So really whatever it is you need to kind of add weight to it, the dead weight of frozen princesses. And that deadlift's gonna look like this, going to the ground here, nice flat back, and just standing up. The biggest thing on here is that we wanna make sure that we're still keeping that back involved. We always talk about the global guy's gonna go to the gym and he's gonna do all this like big shoulder pressing out of a rack, and he's gonna bench, and he's gonna do all this stuff, and he's gonna pull his back out by taking his groceries out of his trunk. And let's make sure that we're on the functional fitness trunk. While we're quarantined and can't come out of the house, we might as well try to function a little better. So coming in here, making sure that we keep everything nice and close, because this is the difference. This is the injury, right? So make sure we're keeping it close, initiating back through the whole range of movement. The next part is burpees. Those burpees are specifically high jump burpees. We are honor system. However, have a target up high, have a target to jump to, or just kind of ethics jump as high as you can. I told a joke in the live class that my old box had a guy that share up everybody's movements. So I would literally go like this. And then look at him like, are we good? You don't have to be that obnoxious with it, but make sure that you are getting a good 6-8 inches off the ground on the burpees. Air squats. Before you do air squats, we've done wall sits, we've done Olympic wall sits. So I know you've got some walls. So come over to the walls, take your second to put that diamond up overhead and get into a really pretty squat form here. And just get that torso upright so that our squats go a little bit more functional. When it comes down to that jump took a lot out of me. I'm out of shape. When the squats, when it comes to game time, it should look here like this, as upright torso as you can, coming down just below parallel, standing back up, keeping those nice right angles. During the display the other day, we saw Teresa did the kind of ski slopey thing, which is fine if you can maintain these 90-degree angles. If you start to jet forward at all, like that even just felt uncomfortable for me. So make sure that we are keeping our weight back, and if that's not in our vocabulary, don't do it. I can't do that. She did an excellent job of staying in good positioning. Not for me. I'll blow out my knee trying to do that. And then the V-tucks, which having to display these again has been a running nightmare for the past 10 minutes in my head. So coming down and finding this hollow position here like this, nice hollow, and tucking both sides in like this. This is not going to be very built for speed, right? We need to kind of keep organized because otherwise we're going to become this weeble wobble, and this is not what we want, right? We want a nice solid hollow. Notice that my shoulders never touch the ground through this process. Right there like that. Notice that my feet never come down. Notice that my feet also don't drift upward. So making sure that it's hollow to tuck to hollow. Super hard and super difficult to do at speed. So again, keep it more organized. Make sure we're getting that midline in a position that we want it to be in. So those are the 4 movements. Remember the way a Tabata works, we do 8 sections of 20 seconds with a 10-second break in between. Your score in each section is the smallest of those numbers. So if you do 100 reps in round 1 and 1 rep in round 8, your score is a 1. If that's the scenario, go 60, 70 throughout the entire thing. You know what I mean? Obviously those are made up numbers, but try to have a level number across as best you can. Sit at that 80-85% threshold for 8 rounds, and that's going to be the most successful way to Tabata. What I'll do, I'll also record a Tabata clock, so that you can just keep watching that video over and over again when you're ready. You should only really be breaking a minute or 2 in between. we basically broke during the live class whenever my Spotify that I'm too cheap to pay for was giving us ads, and we had to listen to Peyton Manning. Top 5 dumbest millionaire on earth. You can use that clock. You can also use Spotify. In the live class, we use that awful Tabata music, like "Welcome to Tabata." 3, 2, 1, go. What did I just get louder? Can you hit pause on it? My assistant director, Ian. Say hi, Ian.
Hi.
But if you go to Spotify and you just type in the word Tabata, you'll get an infinite list of stuff, and it's funny, it's hokey, it's awful, but it's, it'll time out your Tabata to 20-second, 10-second intervals. You all right there, bro?
Yes,
So like I say, I'll put the timer on a separate clock. You can use the Spotify playlist if need be, and guys, kick some behind. What's up, Avita?
She didn't come in during the video.
And there's Avita's butt.